I'm Greg Fann, the Preacher Man, inviting you to join my co-host and I, Pastor Shannon E. Jones, each Tuesday, right here on Straight Talk from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. And if you'd like to call in and join the discussion, you can call 470-251-0349. That's 470-251-0349. And if you'd like to be a guest on the program, we'd love to have you. You can email us at straighttalk1362@gmail.com. That's straighttalk1362@gmail.com. It's Straight Talk with yours truly, Greg Fann, the Preacher Man, and Pastor Shannon E. Jones.
Aaron Lackey, pastor of Temple of Prayer Family Worship Cathedral, Fairburn, Georgia. Every week I listen to Greg Fann, the Preacher Man, and Pastor Shannon E. Jones. Yes, that's Straight Talk. Why don't you join us?
You are now tuned in to Straight Talk Live with Greg Fann, where you are invited to have open discussions of topics ranging from social, political, economics, religious, or just open dialogue. So now, let's get to talking with Greg Fann.
Hi, I'm glad that you're here today joining us on Straight Talk. Greg Fann, the Preacher Man, and Shannon E. Jones. And Coach, we want to thank you so much for being loyal viewers of this program and sharing it with your Facebook friends. We ask you to continue to share it and send those emojis and let us know you like it. Listen, if you'd like to be a guest, just send it to straighttalk@gmail.com, straighttalk@gmail.com. And in addition to just sending to straighttalk@gmail.com, listen, Shannon and I want to hear from you. We really want to hear from you and see what you think about Shannon throwing people in the trash can. Maybe you got somebody you want to throw in the trash can. Hey, today that's one of our special features, but we got more and more excitement for you today right here on Straight Talk. So don't you dare touch it. Send it to your Facebook friends, send it to your YouTube friends, and tell them we're on the air just because we care. Shannon, where that Shannon? Shannon. You know that Shannon, man, it's hard to keep over there. Shannon somewhere reading the newspaper, putting on some boxing gloves, drinking some coffee. I don't know what he's doing, but whatever he's doing it. Shannon, what is he? Man, I finally caught up with you. Where you been, man?
Man, I've been everywhere. First of all, I got on my uniform today. Okay.
Your
I'm just saying,
uniform?
I come to work. Okay. I come to work to Straight Talk. I got my uniform on. I mean, I don't know. Well, who you work for? Do you work for Straight Talk or who?
I work for
Calvin
Jesus.
Klein.
I work for Jesus. That's what I work for. I work for Jesus. Every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Is that right?
Man, but where you been?
Well,
though?
Jesus rested. You got to rest sometime, Bishop.
Yeah, well, I work 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I won't tell you when I rest, okay?
Right.
You too nosy, son. You too nosy. You don't even need everything.
How you doing,
I'm
Bishop?
doing fine, man. How's your day going, man?
Man, it's going wonderful, man. If it was going any better, I don't know what to say about it.
Oh, what you been doing? I'm talking about every time I try to catch up with you, I can't catch up with you. I got to call you, Shannon.
First
Where
of
you
all,
at?
You got newspapers to read. You got this Amy Comey lady on television.
Who is Amy Comey? The
this
one that's
woman
the judge?
The one that's running to be the new Ruth Bader
But I
Ginsburg.
said running for judge. She running for judge.
Running for Supreme Court Justice.
She running. Isn't it a surprise, amazing, Shannon, though? This is the first time in my, I ain't going to say how many years, but a heap of years, that I've seen a Supreme Court judge run an ad like they were running the campaign.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The first time in my lifetime,
Yeah.
she's running the campaign to be the Supreme Court.
Well, you got to do that
judge.
when they trying to get you confirmed and get a president in 20 days. But only well, I ain't going to say that. We're not going to talk
But I
about
didn't think judges supposed to campaign like that.
Oh, well, they're not supposed to.
I
But
thought there was a canon.
Donald Trump changes everything.
I thought it was a canon that said that they couldn't.
No, Donald Trump changes everything. He don't do anything according to rules and regulations. So if she's going to be his Supreme Court judge, you literally going to see her on the side of a milk carton talking about make me the U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Because that's what he'll do.
Well, I mean, this whole thing in terms of her parading all her kids and that kind of stuff. People.
The little Haitian.
Yeah. I mean, but people.
Bless her heart.
I mean, so seriously
sweet,
though, people fall for things like that to pull on people's heartstrings. Yeah. But the reality of it, you got to look at what that person's going to do. That's going to affect the lives of a lot of people. So there's a reason that Donald Trump is trying to get her in, and Lindsey Graham and that crew trying to get her in.
Mitch McConnell.
And Mitch McConnell trying
Yeah.
to get her in because they got a plan.
Yeah.
They got they ain't trying to do this if they don't have a plan or strategy
Yeah.
in terms of what they gonna do
Yeah.
once she get in.
Yeah, she's going to absolutely disenfranchise the rights of those two Haitian children of hers in growing up, because they're Haitian descent, but they're going to grow up as black Americans. And her policies, her not policies, she's a judge, but her rulings
On constitutionality on certain things.
are going, and especially as an originist, it's going to disenfranchise their lives.
But you know, this thing amazes me when they talk about Biden wanting to do away with health care and this kind of stuff, and people they're not really listening to what's going on, because they said Biden wanted to do away with health care. However, remember Biden was the one working with Obama to get that health care program.
Yeah.
And then, but now they want to say Biden want to do away with health care. But the first vote that's going to be taken on the Supreme Court is going to be on whether or not that health care plan is legal or constitutional, you know, in terms of, because her vote can strike it down and make it unconstitutional.
Absolutely. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, you can ask me 3 or 4 questions.
Well, we got about 100.
I'm a Grady baby, I can tell you that now. You know, I was born in what they call the public hospital.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm a public citizen.
So we got about 100 senators there, right?
Okay, yeah, uh-huh.
And you look at them, right?
Yeah.
How many of them you think got pre-existing conditions? Okay. But each and every one of them
got health care.
got free health care.
Free health care.
Okay, no matter what one of them looked like he got another head growing out his neck.
Oh my God!
You know, all the problems that they have, but they want to literally take away this health care from the masses of people. I was listening to Lindsey Graham the other day saying that California and all these states have received large amounts of money for health care through Obamacare.
Right.
Well, yes, because and other states did not receive that. Well, yeah, I went to jail for expanding Medicaid. Okay.
So you had some of the mixed meat sandwiches.
Lindsey Graham had them sandwiches, terrible sandwiches. Terrible sandwiches. You know, I asked him if it was something, can I fill out a questionnaire or something to help them so that our inmate experience could be a little better. They could at least contract Chick-fil-A or something like that to give, you understand when they got you locked up in there for 11 hours.
With mixed meat sandwiches.
But the reality of it is well, you know what? I'm not gonna get in that, Bishop, because you say I get to preaching.
Well, but the reality of it is just like what you're saying is that when we look at reality,
South Carolina didn't expand Medicaid, so they're not gonna see the money.
Right.
Georgia didn't expand.
So
Alabama didn't expand. So they're not gonna see it.
They're not gonna see it because they voted not to. The governors, not they didn't vote to. The governors of those states said they said no, we don't want it. We don't want it.
And the people reaching out saying we need it. We need it.
We need it. We need it. We need it. But see, people only see what they see that they show them on TV, and people buy into that. And what they're buying into is their own demise.
Yeah.
By listening to the rhetoric that's being said, they're not looking at the reality of what's going on. So when you start talking about, and I think about this, someone said, well, black people have received more money under Donald Trump than they have under any other president. They have gained $6,000 more in their income this year than any other president ever has done. Well, what I say to that is, and I want to turn and look directly at the camera when I say this, Shannon, and not you. What I say to that is, if I gave you a $2,500 or $3,500 stimulus check, because of the size of your family, then I turn around and give you $600 a week plus over a 7-month period where I have put you out of work because of the pandemic. So now, if you add up, I'm just going to say 2,000. Then you add up just the 600, not the additional monies that you received on unemployment. Those of you who got it, because everybody hadn't gotten it still haven't gotten it still. Mr. Butler, everybody still ain't got their money, Mr. Butler. That's why you're in the trash can right now, stinking. But
Right.
anyway,
Mr.
if
Mark
you
Butler.
but if you add that up, Mark Butler, if you add that up, you'll have $6,000 or more dollars in a year that black families, not only black families, but white families too, and Hispanic family
Right.
receive. So don't just say black folks got it. I mean, everybody who got a stimulus check and was unemployed that received that money, they got it. But what people don't understand is, but they don't want to give you $15 an hour, which is not going to do much or nothing now with this
Anyway,
economy.
right.
But they won't give you $15 an hour that would be on your check annual every week, every 2 weeks, and that will give you an annual income. But that $6,000, you won't see it next year because he's already said that he's not going to give you any stimulus money now until, because he want to stop the Republicans and say, let's stop, don't
And
do
you're going to
nothing.
pay taxes on it.
You're going to pay taxes. You know you're going to pay taxes. You got to pay
Gonna pay
taxes.
taxes on it.
Yeah, he ain't paying for $750.
That's
but you
right,
gonna pay taxes.
$750.
But you going to pay taxes.
$750.
You going to pay taxes. He owed $400, how many $1 million? But
$424
thank you so
million.
very much. But anyway, but the reality of it is we have to look at this thing is people looking at what they're getting now, but the minimum wage need to be raised. Is he talking
to a
about
livable wage?
A livable wage. Are they talking about it? No. No, they're talking about putting in somebody to be the judge that's going to do away with the health care that you now realize because of what President Obama and Biden did during their term. Now, I'm not promoting Biden. I'm not promoting any of that. We're not promoting any candidate. We're just talking the truth. We're just doing, what we doing, fact checking?
We fact checking and straight talking.
Straight talking.
But this is another thing now.
Yeah.
What black folk is, they probably lost more money than any other under any other president with Donald Trump, because all of the essential workers have lost their jobs. And last I looked, we were the
essential workers.
We were the essential workers.
Absolutely.
We don't get to pay $750. You know,
taxes.
but the hotels are closed down. Ain't nobody at the hotels. The airport, and ain't nobody at the airport.
Oh my!
All those jobs are with the trains and all those essential jobs they're gone.
Gone.
They're gone. 30% of the churches perhaps will be closing. So black people have lost more money
during this time. Well, what Shannon want to tell you, what I want to tell you is, in reality, brothers and sisters, I was so glad when they said unto me, let us go to the polls and vote.
Yes.
I was glad when they said unto me, let's go
yes.
to the polls and vote. And buddy, on yesterday, on the first day of,
See them lines?
man, the lines was off the yang. They were off the
5
chain.
and 6 hours.
Woo-wee, but
Folks
people
was standing.
stood there.
They going to
Stood
vote. Distance. Had their mask on,
Had the mask on.
eating their mixed meat sandwiches.
Oh man,
Saying we got to do.
we gotta do. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna stay. You know that song, the scripture says, "I'm gonna occupy until they come."
That's
They
right.
were gonna occupy until they got an
I
opportunity.
stood
to
up
vote.
and said, "This is the early voting day that the Lord has made.
Hey.
And I will rejoice and go vote in it."
and vote in it, and they voted, and they voted, and they voted, and they
And they still
voted.
doing it.
and they're still doing
They
it.
say 300 and I think it was 350 something thousand Democrats in Florida, 350 something thousand Democrats in Florida voted above that of the Republican vote.
And
If that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
That makes
Basically,
sense.
350,000.
It makes sense.
more
Somebody said we want
Democrats than Republicans voted in Florida yesterday.
Somebody saying even with his rally, somebody still saying is that we want a democracy. We don't want a dictator.
That's right.
Oh, we don't want
That's
a
right.
dictator.
That's
We want a
right.
democracy, right?
That's right.
Oh man, I tell you, this is exciting. These are some exciting times. It's exciting. And you know, God do things for a reason. And this is that season. This is that dispensation. This is that time when God is bringing us to an understanding that we need to get closer to Him. I know we preach it. We got to preach. We just got to preach on Straight Talk. But we just got to tell it like it is, because the reality of it is that season that God is bringing His people into a reality. You know,
Yes, sir.
when we talk about the angelic Christian who support that frame of thought, that doesn't read the part in the Bible, so whatever you do unto the least of them, you do also unto me, that doesn't do what the Bible, Jesus commanded us to do, to love you one another as I have loved you, but has this fictitious thing of love, but not really love, not really caring. And you know, it ain't what people saying, baby. You better watch what people doing, because what they doing is really what they're saying. And I'm just so glad that the scale is dropping off of so many people's eyes, but some people are still blinded. They need to take the ride Apostle Paul rode and get knocked down, then they'll be better to understand it. And as Mama and them used to say, Grandma and them used to say, you keep on living, baby, you'll understand it better by and by. You know, my grandmother said something to me during her lifetime before she passed, and this when Reagan was running. She said, son, she said, them Republicans going to have y'all back in soup line. Just watch what I tell you. Just watch what I tell you. It's some folks in the soup line. There's some folks that standing around here, man, I have soup line there, but they in the line getting boxes of food and this kind of stuff. But what that was done under which leadership? Which leadership?
Herman Cain passed the soup line. They just killed him and then said ain't nobody died at the rallies and all that. But anyway.
Man, did you see that rally yesterday, though? I want to know, did you see that rally yesterday?
People catching stuff he was throwing. I said, these
Them
people
little red
crazy.
masses. He's throwing them masses.
If that was us,
Yeah.
all them red masks would have been on the ground when we walked out of there.
Hey, first of all,
Don't
I
you
wouldn't
throw
have been
nothing
in
to
there.
me.
I wouldn't have been in there. I
Don't
wouldn't
you
have
throw
been in
nothing
there.
to
I
me.
wasn't going
I
up
wouldn't
in
have been
there.
there either.
I was going up in
Even
there.
if I was an essential worker, I would have been
I
there
wasn't
that
going
day.
up in there. I ain't going up in there. Is he here? No. I ain't going up in there. I ain't going up. He might want to shoot me some Clorox in my vein or a Lysol. I ain't going up in
They
there.
gave him.
Well, you something else, Shannon. Hey, listen, Shannon and I, we're going to be right back. We're going to be right back with more Straight Talk after this commercial message. And then Shannon and I, we're going to talk a little bit more. And then Shannon, after the commercial message, we're going to come back and we're going to talk. Then after we talk, then we're going to let you throw them in the trash can.
I got to do it.
Is that all right?
I got to do it.
You got to do it?
I got to do it.
Lord have mercy.
Yes,
you
I
got
gotta
to,
do it.
he got to do it. He got to
Yes,
throw him in the
yes.
trash can. Shannon,
In the
hey,
trash.
listen, Shannon and I are asking you now, again, if you're enjoying what we're doing and you appreciate what we're doing, email us at straighttalk1362 at gmail.com. That's straighttalk1362gmail.com. All right?
And
Or you can
promote
call
your
us.
business.
And promote your, hey, listen.
Promote
I
your
just-
business, your ministry.
Yeah, just support your ministry. We love to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Just let us know.
They ain't free now. Don't think
Well,
that.
yeah, it is free. It's free.
gonna
It's free.
charge you a
Hey,
little
Lincoln, it's free. It's like salvation.
It's
It's free.
$5 or
It's like
something.
salvation is free. It's like
$5.
salvation is free.
50 cents or
Shannon, it's like salvation is free. Okay. All right. Hey, now, listen. Hey, I tell you this right
You
here.
so
We
nice.
gonna go to commercial break, and then me and Shannon, we coming back with more and more Straight Talk.
Free
My
commercials.
name is Yolanda Pickerstock, and I am an owner of AFIA Environmental Group. We are here at Liberty International Church disinfecting for the COVID-19 virus. This disinfectant is a powerful disinfectant for the virus. However, it is safe for human consumption. And we will allow our technician to give you some additional information about the process, what he's doing, and how the chemicals work.
Chlorine vital oxide, which is a chemical that is used to kill mold, mildew, viruses, fungi. Actually, it's one of the best non-invasive chemicals on the market. As you see, we are here disinfecting this building without having to be on a full mop gear. What that means to you, that it is friendly when it comes into human contact, but at the same time, it has the ability and effectiveness to kill germs.
We are AFIA Environmental Group. In addition to providing disinfectant services, we also carry hospital-grade medical masks and the KN95 mask. If you are interested in our services, please contact us at 404-973-0502.
Hi, and I'm on Straight Talk with Greg Fann, the Preacher Man, one of the greatest pastors in the communities that really care about our communities. We need more pastors like you who are on the ground working, and I appreciate your community spirit.
back. We're back right here with Shannon and I. He didn't go anywhere this time. He stayed right where he needed to be, in place. And I'm glad about it. I said, I'm glad about it. I'm so glad. You know, Shannon and I, we love doing this program and, you know, just sharing our views and opinions. It's only our views and only our opinions here on Straight Talk. There's nobody else's views, nobody else's opinion. These are the opinion of Shannon and myself. And some of those opinions he has is of him, and they're not of me. And some I have is of me, not of him.
You scared? Say you scared.
I'm not scared. But here's some of his opinions are his opinions, and some of my opinions are my opinions, okay? So we have various opinions. We don't agree on everything, you know, but we agree to disagree. You know, Shannon and I, we have this age difference. So, you know, hey, it's all good, though. Because I believe in pointing young people and bringing young people along in the process. And Shannon is a great...
Giving them a swift kick in the behind. I mean, this is going to be straight talk. This kinder, gentler Greg Fann is... I'm not understanding. He's like, who the hell is he trying to fool?
Man, listen, I'll tell you. Hey, listen, no, Shannon, I want to talk a little bit about, you know, these games, man, that's going on. You know, Arthur Blank done fired folks and fired the
He a little
coach.
slow with it.
No, but no, he ain't really so slow with it. He fired, in my opinion. See, this is where we have different opinions. See, he thinking he was a little slow. I don't think he was slow with it. I really don't. I think he didn't go far enough with it.
No, he didn't. No, he
didn't. I think that's what
his son-in-law. He
yeah,
can't do that with
well,
his son.
I don't know if it's his son-in-law, whoever it is.
The quarterback?
I don't know who if he's son-in-law or whoever he is.
Put up a black coach today.
But I don't care. Well, I'm just putting it like this right here. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think he went far enough with it. He should have fired himself. But
oh, man, you all right?
Yeah, but I'm telling you the truth. He
Arthur
should have
Blank
fired
Angel
himself.
hit you on that one.
He should have fired himself, man. Please get real. Stay off that field and let them boys play, let those men play ball. That's what he need to do. Stay off the field. You know, when he started to think about it, when the soccer team, we had a world-class soccer team. He started going on the field, and then the next season, he fired the coach who took them to a world-class championship. Yeah. I mean, sometimes in owning something or being over something, you have to let somebody else run it because that ain't your lane. Stay in your lane. You the owner, stay in the lane, be the owner, rejoice in winning, feel bad when they lose.
But now Jerry Jones goes down on the field.
Well, that's why Jerry Jones got a problem. But Jerry Jones don't go down on the field like Arthur the Blank did.
No, he doesn't. Arthur Blank gonna be down there.
He gonna be down there. He gonna be down on the field. Now Jerry Jones, him going down on the field, you know, I mean, that's just Jerry, but he don't go there. Now you see him sitting up in that owner's box.
Yeah,
that's where he's sitting up in that owner's box. He ain't coming out that box.
But I definitely think that you agree with the fires though.
I don't agree with. Let me tell you something. I don't agree
think
with
we should have kept the coach?
I don't agree with the Falcons. Period. The lady done told y'all told down all them churches. She done prophesied y'all ain't gonna never have a championship team. Done told down all them churches. She did. She said they gonna never have a championship team. That was the lady prophesied it right there at Second Mount Vernon Baptist Church.
At Second Mount Vernon?
Yeah, well, the church was told down. She prophesied that they'll never have a winning Super Bowl
One thing
team.
I got to say right now, her prophecy is definitely
being fulfilled.
It's in full fulfillment.
Fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are we 5? And I mean, what are we? 0-5?
I don't know what y'all are. You keep standing on that seesaw, you go up in the air, and then you get y'all up so high, and then they jump down.
It's just absolutely ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. You build $1 billion Falcon's nest
that the citizens paying for.
That the citizens.
That the taxpayers.
Say more about that.
Taxpayers are paying for because Arthur Blank don't pay no taxes because of the deal that they cut. He pays no taxes. He don't even pay taxes on the the concession stand. He don't pay taxes on the parking. He makes all cash money at the citizens' expense because the taxpayers.
Yeah, but he kept all the Falcons employees paid during COVID, man. He paid the peanut man, the beer woman. He made sure everybody got paid, and you know they got their money during COVID.
Well, if I was making extra money and didn't have to pay no taxes, I'd pay everybody too. I'd pay the people walking up and down the street. I'd give more folks some money. And all the money he get, because he gonna get it right back.
Something about
look here, he gonna get it right back because they gonna go out and buy something.
What
so
is it about
it?
What is it about America that billionaires don't have to pay taxes?
Man, that's one of the things that I do like that one of the candidates is saying is that people make $400,000 or less won't go up on their tax, but those people making $400,000 and $500,000 and up and up ought to be paying more, or they'll rather
They
share.
got it to pay.
They got it to pay. You know, you pay $750, man. Come on now, $750.
$750
on taxes.
Not $1,000.
$750 taxes.
You can't even get a good Jerry curl for $750.
Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna leave that alone.
And here's the deal. Then you see them.
I'm gonna leave that Jerry curl stuff alone.
They got you. He got you. He got you. But you see, all their properties they can own and all this stuff, and they got that because they ain't paying no taxes.
No.
Now they start getting taxes. You're gonna see that they have one house like everybody else in America. But it's ridiculous. But we still talking sports.
You talking sports?
But we start talking about
but a part of that, because of he's a wealthy man, he's not paying those taxes, and the citizens of Fulton County are paying the taxes. The citizens of Fulton County, they're paying those taxes.
When the stadium was there, the county owned the stadium.
Right.
Yeah, and so the revenue went to the county.
The taxes. And they cut that deal with who?
Yeah.
Mr. Reed.
Yeah.
And so now he get over like a fat cat, like a fat cat. I mean a real fat cat. But that's another story that we talk sports now. I haven't seen him either. But let's get back. Let's get back to sport. And let's talk about LeVon and LeVon he is something else, man. I mean the cat. This guy has gone from dealing with Miami, leaving Cleveland, going to Miami, get with Bosh and Dwayne and become champions. Then he goes back, I'm going back home, and I'm going to win a championship for Cleveland. And then he said, I'm going out to L.A., and I'm going to work to get them a championship. Yep. And he has, for 3 different teams, won
the
championship.
Yeah.
And he's one heck of a ball player, and he's an activist.
Yes,
he's a man who believes in. He has promoted this voting. He has put his money where his mouth is, and have done things to encourage people to vote, and not only making it convenient, more and more convenient for people to vote. Shannon, you may want to talk a little bit about that.
What I love about it.
What do you love?
Is that he comes from that kind of that prophetic athletic tradition of Muhammad Ali, and for what are my 2 brothers' names? The names slipped. That stood up at the Olympics. They lost. They were stripped of their titles.
Right.
Tommy. Oh goodness, their names.
Well, don't worry about it. Everybody know who you're talking about.
You get as old as I am.
Well, if you get as old as I am,
I know where I was.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about too. Cause one of them Wilt Chambers. No, it wasn't Wilt Chambers, but it was one of those brothers very tall. I can't remember his name.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and just others. That I'm not just an entertainer.
Right.
Okay, but I'm also connected to my community.
Right.
And so I'm going to use my celebrity to affect change in my community.
Right.
And so he worked within the NBA to say that 80% of the players are African American. I think it's more than that, are African American, and their people are catching hell in America. And so we are demanding that Black lives are going to matter. We are demanding that the issues that are affecting Black people are going to be put center of the court. And so you see on the backs of all the players, all of the words "Black Lives Matter" or "Go Vote" or "I won't be silenced" or all the various things. So they're bringing this consciousness, and then it creeps over into all the other sports. Creeps over into it creeps over into the WNBA,
right? And
those players who are owned by Kelly Loeffler, who's our Georgia senator. Right. Well, no, she's a Georgia senator.
Yeah,
a Georgia senator, not our Georgia senator.
Okay, well, Oh yeah.
Nah, she ain't
Okay,
doing
okay.
nothing
I'm
for
gonna
you. Doing nothing for
Wait a minute.
But anyway, okay. He said, you just determined to get us kicked off. Just determined. I walk by faith and not by sight.
Yeah, me and you both. Me and you both.
But her team all stood up and said they was going to vote for Warnock.
Mm-hmm.
They all got up, put on their shirts, did a press conference about activism. Then it moves over into the football. And the players, what was that, the Houston Texans, and they link arms, the Houston Texans, and was it the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yes.
Linked arms, and the people booed, but they held on and said that we're going to be unified, and we're going to be unified on these issues. So LeBron has been the spark that's ignited that flame.
Let me just back just. The brother who started all this was Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick, yeah.
He started it.
Still don't have a job.
And still didn't have a job. But he was the first one that stood up and would not stand up for the flag but kneel. And then they had to come back and say they got it wrong. The NFL said they got it wrong. They shouldn't have done that. But it's too late. But then people caught on fire with it. They caught on fire with it, and it ignited a fire. There's always that sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
It's always that. He was that sacrificial lamb that ignited that fire. And then when they started killing black folks and doing the things that they're doing with Floyd, you couldn't ignore it anymore. It was beyond being ignored, and you just couldn't ignore it anymore. But LeVon, thank you for what you've done. I want to thank Wes too, who gave that money, left $8,000 for the people down there at the hotel. That was a wonderful thing that he did. That they're stepping up to the plate. And I want to give a kudos out to Rashawn Rondo. Rondo is a heck of a basketball player, and he is going to be a bad coach. And I think that people they saw him in this game, but I remember him with the Celtics, and I remember him how well he plays. And he is a team player. He's one that don't have to have the limelight. He just get out there and do what he has to do and make it done. And I think Anthony Davis was saying it was Bo and it was Vaughn that stayed in my ear. It kept me focused. Yeah. It helped me to be the player that I am to win this championship. Well, we're going to stop now.
Can I say something for you?
Go on. Yeah.
That the leagues didn't grow a heart.
Right.
It was the demand of the athletes connecting with the demand of the people. And if we would realize that type of unity, we could have a lot more in this country if we realize that we are stronger by numbers. And so the people backed up, the people who buy sneakers, who buy jerseys, who look at games, backed up. And they don't want to have spent all this money to go to Orlando and black folks say, Black Lives Matter, say, you know what? Cut the TVs off. Don't look at it. Don't support it. And all the advertisers can't. So it's the unity that we brought that changed, that made them change their mind. They still don't have a heart for us. That's why Kaepernick still doesn't have a job.
He still doesn't have a job. You know, on that, and then we're going to take, bring you on to throw him in the trash can.
Can't wait.
Lord have mercy. But one of the things that I do want to say, and I was sharing this with my wife the other day, is that for those people, you know, you go in the store and people not wearing masks and what have you, and they said you need a mask. If you go in a store and you wearing your mask and they're allowing people to come in and they ain't wearing their mask, whatever you have in your bucket, leave it and leave that store. And go to another store where they're making people wear masks. Because you don't have to be subjected to being subjected to the virus or possible virus because people don't want to wear masks. And the store is not upholding its own policy by requiring people, everyone, to come in to wear masks. So if they're not wearing a mask, just leave your bucket, don't care if it's full, and say, hey, I can't shop here. I guarantee you they'll start requiring everyone that come in to wear a mask. Because they're going to get tired of putting that grocery back up on the shelf. We'll be right back with more trash. He going to throw some folks in the trash can.
The trash.
He going to throw some folks in the trash can.
The trash.
Oh, yeah. We'll be right back with
Some
Shannon.
going to go straight to the dumpster. It's trash talk time. That's right. It's time to throw them in the trash. That's right. I have usually been very emotional at this time. But I've been dealing with an emotional coach that says that if you are going to have to throw somebody in the trash, you shouldn't be happy about it. You shouldn't be gleeful about it. You should be calm, cool, and collected. And so today I am my calm, cool, and collected self. I am relaxed about it. I am determined, yes, but I am doing it regretfully. I'm not happy to have to put anybody in the trash. Nobody should have to go in the trash with the folks that we put in there. You want to be in the trash with the orange man? It's a terrible place to be. So I'm going to be real calm as I can be. But let me tell you what really gets me upset and why I can't stay calm, is that we was telling all of you that October the 5th was the absolute deadline to register to vote. October the 5th. I can't go in a barbershop and folk are talking about, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, that, and the other. Look at the way our community looks. October the 5th was the deadline. But you did not absolutely go and register to vote, because you sitting up talking, you can't take a minute to take that cell phone that you can't never seem to take out your hand and register to vote. October the 5th, you had all the way to 7 o'clock on October the 5th. Now, on November the 3rd, you can't do nothing but run your raggedy mouth. And this is, see, let me get calm again, because I'm getting upset. And I want to stay calm, because I don't need to be indignant. So I'm going to bring it down. But October the 5th was when we told you. Then you also, well, I'm going to stay with you. So you missed it. So now all you can do is talk. And let me tell you something. Because you have chosen not to register to vote, you have chosen to hinder the progress of our community. You have chosen to allow the disenfranchisement and the injustice that we are facing on a minute-by-minute basis to continue. Because you have done that. It is absolutely my responsibility, and I don't care what I said before. I am gleeful about it. I'm going to throw your non-registering to vote behind in the trash, and I don't care what. No. You should have registered to vote. No. I'm not trying to hear you. Grab them. Put them in the trash. I'm putting your rusty, dusty in the all you had to do was take that cell phone, you on the phone with Shaniqua, Naniqua, Eniqua, and all them other Eliquas, and you did not register to vote. I'm throwing you in the trash. In the trash, man. In the trash. Then you got these other ones. You tell them each person will get $2,000. Over the course of 10 years, that'd be $20,000. No, you don't get it to go get your hair and nails done. But it's allocated to you to be able to give you services in your community, for your schools, lights for your streets, streets for your roads. You know, you walking around, you got them, you riding around on your 20s and your 22s, and you hit a pothole, tear your car up, and you're going to get mad. They need to do something, fix these streets. Were you counted in the census? How many people are supposed to be on this road? Because the road is being torn up because we've got hundreds of thousands more people on this road than we have allocated for. Perhaps we need to use another kind of asphalt. But where are all these people coming from? We don't have them accounted. We haven't allocated any money for them. So we're going to have to keep their streets raggedy, keep their communities dark, keep their schools overcrowded, and all of the other, keep the limited police force and all the other things. Guess why? Because you did not take 10 minutes and fill out a voter registration. Well, I don't want nobody knowing all this stuff about me. Let me tell you something. I had to fill out some loan papers once. and it asked me, where did you live between 1977 and 1979? They were trying to verify. They asked me, when you were in college, what street was closest to the street that you lived on? And they put the street there that I lived on. I said, how do these folk know all this stuff about me? They've been watching you, boy. You sitting there hiding in plain sight. Don't nobody care nothing about you, rusty, dusty behind. Go somewhere, boy. And you don't want to be counted because you don't think they know where you are. Let me tell you something. Every time you pick up that phone, they know something about you. Every time you fill out some paperwork for a car, for a loan, for whatever, they know something about you. You go play the lottery and all that, they watching you. They know everything you're doing. The census has nothing to do with Big Brother watching you. Big Brother already watching you. The census is just trying to count you so that you can count. And you running around rightly saying Black Lives Matter, but you ain't registering to vote like Black Lives Matter. You ain't registering for the census to be counted like Black Lives Matter. But you paying lip service, and you're only hurting yourself. You're leaving the money on the table. Now, only a fool would leave the money on the table and then walk around and complain about not having no money and no service. You left it on the table. So the bottom line is I'm going to have to throw you non-census folk, you folk that don't have enough sense to fill out the census, I have to throw you in the trash. Absolutely. No. This is not open for discussion. This is not a debate. It's not a democracy. When I say open up the trash, it opens up. And when I say you go in, that's where you go. That's what we call straight talk. It's real talk. And right now, it's trash talk. Get on down there with Dan Quinn and them. In the trash. In the trash. In the trash. Oh, lastly. It's the folk that have registered to vote but say, ain't no need for us to go vote. I'm registered. I ain't never seen nothing change. Ain't nothing changed. Tell me one thing that has happened since we registered to vote. Brother, we sitting here having this conversation in this restaurant in downtown Atlanta, one that you wouldn't have been able to walk in the front door of, and now you are literally being served in this restaurant. Oh, brother, the school. What school did you go to? I went to North Atlanta. Oh, really? Oh, do you think voting had something to do with that, or do you just think that one day they just decided to integrate the schools? Do you think that your vote had anything to do with that? Every right that we have received in a democracy has come to us by the ballot box. The ballot. Give us the ballot. I was in Laureate's bookstore in Boston back in my college days, and Tip O'Neill was in there, former Speaker of the House, and we had a little conversation, and he said to me, I can tell that you are going to help your people lift themselves up by their bootstraps by teaching them the power of the ballot box. He said, you know, young man, the Jews, the Polacks, the Irish, the Italians, we all got what we got because of the power of the ballot box. He recognized that we who needed the ballot box more than anybody else, we African Americans, we Black Americans, and yet we still deny the power of the vote. So for that scale on your eye type ignorance, it is my absolute duty at this time to very quietly and very peacefully open up the doggone trash can and put your non-voting butt in the trash. No, I don't want to hear. No, the election's already over. It's already over. You did not count. You did not register. You did not vote. You get your butt in the trash because you funky just like that. With your stinky, non-black helping, non-black loving, non-talking black lives matter, and you did not vote. Now, I ain't trying to talk to you, man. I ain't trying to hear nothing from you. No, girl, I ain't trying. No, we don't. Ain't no hair salon down there. No, ain't no. I don't care nothing about you need to get your nails done. We don't do that in the trash. Man, close this. Y'all stink. Close this trash up down there. I ain't trying to talk about this no more. If you have anybody that you think that we need to peacefully consider to be put in the trash, I said, be quiet down there. Please go to straighttalk@gmail.com. That's straighttalk@gmail.com. And we gonna put them in the trash. But right now, truck driver, I need you to get that trash out of here, man. That stuff is funky, man. Get it out of here. Funky, cold, Medina, whatever. It's just stinking. Oh, my goodness, my God from Zion.
Today, right here on Straight Talk, we appreciate you, the viewers of Straight Talk. Listen, again, all you have to do is email us at straighttalk.com. That's gmail.com. Sorry, straighttalk@gmail.com. We love to hear from you. And of course, we want you to know that the census is important. Make sure you got to the 31st. Make sure you get that census in. And the election date is November the 3rd. You can vote early, and do vote early. And you can vote absentee. But the election day is actually November the 3rd. But let's go to the polls. Let's take Lottie, Dottie, and everybody to the polls to vote, because voting is important. If you don't vote, somebody say you don't matter. If you don't vote, I ain't gonna say you don't matter. I'm saying you left yourself out of the equation. Until next week, may God bless you and your family. I'm Greg Fann, the Preacher Man, inviting you to join my co-host and I, Pastor Shannon E. Jones, each Tuesday right here on Straight Talk from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. And if you'd like to call in and join the discussion, you can call 470-251-0349. That's 470-251-0349. And if you'd like to be a guest on the program, we'd love to have you. You can email us at straighttalk1362@gmail.com. That's straighttalk1362@gmail.com. It's Straight Talk with yours truly, Greg Fann, the Preacher Man, and Pastor Shannon E. Jones.